Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to a new video today on In the Stars. So today's video I will be talking about Taurus Decans. Decans are 30-degree periods in each zodiac sign. Each zodiac sign is broken down into 10 3-degree periods, which comes out to 30 degrees. So for Taurus Decans, the first decan of Taurus would be their ruling planet, should I say, will be Venus, and their sub-ruling planet will also be Venus. So now how does this affect a first decan Taurus? This will affect the first decan Taurus by allowing these Taurians to be more passionate people, more harmonious people. Like, because you see they're getting a double dosage of this Venus planet, or a double dosage of energy from Venus. So with that being said, like I said, they're going to be more harmonious, more loving, more materialistic in a way, because keep in mind that Venus is the planet of not just beauty in terms of looks per se, per person, but beauty in all things. That's what Venus is about. Venus brings the energy or the influence of beauty of all things. So this resorts to materialism, because things that you can see with your eyes on this plane, as we say, so it can be, so this is why also people with Venus influences, or why Venus itself influences, should I say, more luxurious things, like, because it's all about beauty, the finer things. So with that all being said, is that these Taurians or Tauruses and the first decan will be more about materialism, or the finer things, quote unquote, or beautiful things of high material value, things of high quality. You know, they will see things that are more high quality, or be attracted more to those things, or can even express themselves in a more beautiful way, or have their appearance be more beautiful in nature. You see, because they might want to dress a better way, or they might want the best, or eat the best kinds of foods, or, you know what I'm saying, things that result in high quality, or they at least want to appear that way, or, like I said, be attracted to that in that way. So also these Tauruses will also be more, can be more friendly in a manner, because the planet Venus also is a planet of relationships. So there will be more relationship building, more about bringing together people, partnerships, so to speak, more about building, like I said, building relationships. So this can allow these Tauruses to be very sociable people. You might see them, they might have large groups of friends, or many friends, or friends that they have a strong connection with, strong bond with. They can also have, these Tauruses can also have many spouses, or many and when I say spouses, I don't mean many marital people, whether it's husband or wife. I mean many different types of intimate lovers, or people that they, you know, share the bed with. These Tauruses can be more prone to that because of this relationship building, because of they want to see more beauty, or because they are attracted to more beautiful things, or more things on the material front. You see what I'm saying? These Tauruses can also be just more inclined to seeking people who are beautiful, or who are, you know, deemed as beautiful or handsome in a way, or who they see as, you know, whether it's a friendship or some type of other intimate relationship. They most likely their friends will be what they see as beautiful, or pretty, or handsome, or so on and so forth, you know. Also, these Taurus also when it comes to observing things and all things as far as beauty, Venus also represents like art, you know, because art, what is art? Art is deemed as beautiful. So these Tauruses will also be more inclined to having like beautiful living arrangements, beautiful homes, beautiful surroundings. This is what they are attracted to, and what they reach out to have, what they reach out to want. This can also, on the flip side to that, this could also make them more possessive, because keep in mind, if someone is wanting all of these different material objects in their life, or things that represent material value, on the darker side to that, this can lead to them being more possessive over those things, or just wanting, or even greedy, should I say, like wanting it all, wanting all of the beauty, wanting everything that they see as high quality value, you know. So these are some of the things that can influence a first decan Taurus, as well as this can also make them more stubborn, because as you know, Tauruses are already stubborn, a stubborn sign. So this can feed into that stubborn mentality or stubborn energy, because they're, you know, because they know what they want, so to speak. Like they're not going to try to talk to anybody who they feel is less than beautiful, or they're not going to bend, so to speak, of something that they aren't, you know, used to seeing as an object of beauty or object of desire, so to speak, from that influence of their ruling planet and sub-ruling planet. So these are some of the examples of first decan Taurus. The ruling planet of second decan Taurus is Venus. The sub-ruling planet of Taurus is Mercury. Mercury is the planet of intelligence, communication, you know, the way you think, you know. So with that being said, if you combine their ruling planet, which is the planet of beauty, harmony, materialism, so on and so forth, friendships, partnerships, so to speak, and you blend that in with the planet of intelligence and communication, you have a Taurus who's going to go about that beauty, or those things that they're attracted to, those high quality things, in a more intellectual way, or going to see things in a more intellectual way. Like they might want the best high quality book, you know, because you see what I'm saying, that's something intellectual to them, or what they might see as something of high beauty is a very expensive computer. You get what I'm saying? Because it resonates with their intellect, as well as something of high value, you know. So that is an example of how they can blend those two things together, what can make a second decan Taurus. Now also, these Tauruses will be more communicative with what they want in terms of material objects or material possessions or beautiful or harmonious things. They can be definitely more communicative on that side by expressing, like when they talk, as we know, or as I stated before, Taurus is already very very sociable people. So now when you add this communication in, they can strike up, they can be more prone to striking up conversations that have to do with these things. Like they might only, like some of them can only be deemed or only seen as wanting to talk about those things, or the things about material value. So in a way, like I guess on the flip side to that, or on the darker side to that, people could look at them as snobbish or bougie or whatever, or things similar to that nature, because they only want to talk about certain things of high quality value. You know, they might not have any much more depth of communication that goes beyond that, because that's the only thing that they might feel attracted to, you know. So, but that's just on the darker side. Not to say that they will all be like that, but if they're radiating on their more darker side of that second decan Taurus, then they can be more, I guess, you know, over materialistic in their communicative ways of talking, to the point where it's like that's all they want to talk about. These Tauruses can also, but at the same time, these Tauruses can also, because of that intellect that they have, radiating from that Mercury, sub-ruling planet Mercury energy, they can strike up these conversations with the people that they desire, the people who come from these high quality backgrounds, or who are a part of this high quality lifestyle, because they will know how to communicate about those things, and because not only because they have that communicative skill, but they also have that intellectual skill. So these will also make these Tauruses more sociable people, because Taurus is already sociable. So now you add in this Mercury influence combining with this Venus influence. Now they can strike up conversations better. They can mesh with people better. But like I said, it can be clipped off. Like it might not go far if they don't learn how to not talk about things that's beyond, you know, just, oh, I bought this new best car, or talk about their bank account, or things or possessions that they might have. You know, they don't tie themselves into a box. But at the same time, if they do learn how to expand past that, then they can be very, very sociable people, like people who are down to earth, because don't forget that Taurus is our earth sign, so they automatically will be down to earth. So this will also allow them to be communicative, or strike up intellectual communicators with people all across the board about many different things, if they allow themselves to see the beauty in all things, and not just what the best looking newest car is, or so to speak. But these second decan Tauruses will also be more organized, and they can be more strategic. This will allow them to be more organized and more strategic, and about the way they go about of achieving these different things in terms of possessions, and in terms of achieving high material gain, high quality value of things. This will allow them to strategize their way into getting those things. They can be better planners than other Tauruses because of that Mercury sub-ruling influence. Third decan Taurus. Sub-ruling planet, Venus, of course. Sub-ruling planet, Saturn. So how does Saturn influence these Taurus Decans? Saturn influences these Taurus Decans. Well, you have to think of what the influence of Saturn brings. Saturn is like the father planet because it brings on that fatherly image, that discipline, that structure, restriction, time, maturity, karma, all of those things. Saturn is that disciplinarian planet. So with it being in Taurus's third decan sub-ruling planet, blended with Taurus's ruling planet, which is Venus, this will make these people, or make these Tauruses, more structured in a way, in terms of, or more mature when they're going about achieving material value or achieving possessions or seeking beauty. Like they have a more mature mind state when they're going about getting these things. So they might not go and try to get every single thing of high value, or the things that they do go to get high value of, they know that it's for a purpose, like that it's going to be something towards something productive in a way, because Saturn also brings about, like I said, about responsibilities. So they're going to focus those high material things on stuff that's going to generate some type of money, or something where it's going to help them be responsible. Like trying to think of a good example. I'll go back to the computer. Like say if they're in school for something that they need a computer for, or say if they need a computer for their job, they're going to buy the best high value computer that they can get, so because they know that it's going to do all of the things that it's supposed to do for them, or it's going to give them the best. It's going to give them the best things, to look forward to in order for them to do the best work that they need to do. So is what I'm trying to say. So things like that is what is how Saturn will influence these Tauruses. They will also be more restrict. So this can definitely lead to them being more stubborn, because if a Taurus is already stubborn, now when you add in this Saturn influence, Saturn influences restriction. So this will allow them not to move at all. Once they've decided what something is or what something is going to be, they're going to set their eyes on it, and they're going to, plant their feet down on it, and they're going to stand there in that grounded state. And this is what will influence them to, like I said, being more stubborn. It will be very hard to move these third decan Tauruses once they decide on something. They also are about Saturn also influences karma. So these people, you tend to usually, or can have very good hearts, because they know deep down inside that if they did wrong, or if they felt like they did something that was out of their moral principles, so to speak, then they feel like that karma will be brought back onto them, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, because this is the influence that Saturn brings. These people can also be very And so when you combine in the Saturn influence with the Venus influence, that means these people can also be very stubborn about their friends. These people can hold on because Venus is about friendships as well. It's about partnerships. So these people can hold on to different relationships longer than what they possibly should hold on them to for. They can be very stubborn when it comes to, like I said, relationships, friendships or things like that, because they might not, because that restrictive nature is telling them to, just keep trying or just wait it out or whatever the case may be. But it's like they don't want to let go. They won't let go because they have decided on something so much that they're not going to move any much further than where they are. The only way they see is moving is up, or so that's where their mind state would be. This will also make these people more determined because of those that responsibility influence that Saturn brings. So this will make these Tauruses more determined when it comes to, when it comes to getting high value things, high quality things. They can be more determined. But like I said, also being more responsible when they do go about getting it or do go about thinking about what they want. They're not going to just think about. So another example is like they're not just going to think about something that they can just waste or what they would feel like will waste their money on. That's not a responsible thing. Like say if they have a certain amount of money to pay on the house or whatever, they're not going to go and buy a Ferrari just because they can and still be, and still struggle or struggle after that, because they're going to, they're going to think about what they're going to take their time, because Saturn also influences time. So they're going to take their time on deciding on the best decision to make, the best high quality thing to make that's for them. So they might not buy that car. They might buy like a high quality, they might, if it's travel to work that they need, they might buy like a first class bus pass or something like that. Not that those exist, but you get what I'm trying to get at. Like they're going to think about the more responsible way about doing things or going about doing things when in their actions or in their approach. So this is what some influences on the third Decan Tauruses. So that's it today for today's video on Taurus Decans. As always, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, press the like button. Press the subscribe button if you want to stay in tune for future videos. Click the description box if you got anything that you might want to add, say, share. And click on the About section or detail section if you want to see my social medias, if you want to follow me there. Once again, thank you for your time, and until next time, peace and love.